The WNBA is currently embroiled in one of its most serious controversies yet, centering around a fiery exchange between rookie sensation Caitlin Clark and veteran referee Michael Price, whose history of questionable behavior has resurfaced amid this latest incident. During a recent Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun matchup, what began as a calm, professional interaction between Clark and Price quickly escalated when Clark's demeanor shifted sharply, her body language turning from composed to furious in seconds. She pointed at Price, mimicked making a phone call, and reportedly told him to grow up after what insiders allege was an inappropriate and unprofessional remark from the official. What makes the situation even more telling is that Clark, who's received technical fouls for far less, like showing mild emotion or bouncing the ball too hard, was not penalized in this case. That uncharacteristic restraint suggests that Price himself may have realized he crossed a line and feared that drawing further attention would only worsen the blowback. But this wasn't an isolated incident. It exposed a deeper issue that's been festering beneath the surface for years. Price, who has officiated in the WNBA for over a decade, has long drawn criticism from players and fans alike. Phoenix Mercury supporters have repeatedly accused him of targeting Diana Taurasi, and he has a well-documented history of issuing technicals in emotionally charged situations, such as the 2012 WNBA Finals, where he teed up both Lindsay Whalen and coach Cheryl Reeve. These aren't just bad calls. They form a pattern of behavior suggesting a ref who thrives on control and confrontation. Clark, a once-in-a-generation talent bringing unprecedented attention to the league, now seems to be his newest target. Since her debut, she's been officiated with glaring inconsistency and held to a higher standard than her peers. The fact that she reacted so strongly this time, someone known for her mental toughness and ability to block out noise, indicates that what was said must have gone well beyond typical ref-player friction. And therein lies the bigger issue. If someone with Clark's platform and visibility is being treated this way, what's happening to the players without that spotlight? How are lesser-known athletes being spoken to when there are no cameras rolling, no millions of fans watching? The power imbalance between referees and players is real, and in this case, it's laid bare. Price's casual shoulder shrug after Clark said she'd report him to the league sent a clear message. He believes he's untouchable. And frankly, he might be right, because so far the WNBA has remained silent. Under Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's leadership, the league has grown in popularity, thanks in large part to Clark, yet there appears to be little progress in addressing internal accountability. Players who speak out about officiating are fined. Officials who allegedly cross professional lines? They keep working games. The double standard is alarming. The league can't claim to empower women while tolerating officials who behave in ways that undermine their authority and respect on the court. Clark's reaction wasn't just about one insult. It was about accumulated disrespect, repeated unfair treatment, and a growing sense that she isn't being protected by the very league she's helping to elevate. The fact that someone like Price, with years of experience, would allegedly say something so offensive to the league's biggest star speaks to a toxic officiating culture that the WNBA can no longer ignore. And if the league fails to respond publicly, it sends a message to fans, players, and prospective sponsors that nothing has changed behind the scenes, that professionalism, fairness, and athlete safety are secondary to protecting officials from scrutiny. What makes this even more damaging is that Clark has arguably done more for the visibility of the WNBA than any player in recent memory. She's bringing in record viewership, filling arenas, and introducing women's basketball to new audiences. Yet instead of being supported, she's being disrespected. And worse, she has to stand up for herself because the league doesn't seem willing to do it. Her decision to confront Price and threaten to contact the league office wasn't just bold, it was necessary. It was leadership. But she shouldn't have to carry that burden alone. If this moment doesn't push the WNBA to reevaluate how it manages officiating and how it holds its referees accountable, then nothing will. The concern isn't just for Clark. It's for every young player watching, every rookie too nervous to speak up, every athlete wondering if speaking out means risking fines or bench time. Officials are supposed to uphold the integrity of the game, not damage it. And when their behavior becomes the story, the league has a duty to act. This wasn't just a bad moment. It was a clear demonstration of a broader cultural issue that requires structural reform. Players like Clark deserve better. The fans who are finally showing up in record numbers deserve better. The WNBA, as a brand that claims to champion equity and professionalism, must be better. If Michael Price said something that crossed the line, and all signs suggest he did, then the league must investigate transparently and hold him accountable. Because if it doesn't, the message is clear. In the WNBA, officials can say what they want and walk away with a shrug. That's not empowerment. That's enabling. Clark's gesture, that small but powerful sign she was taking this beyond the court, was more than symbolic. It was a demand for justice, not just for herself, but for the league she's trying to help grow. Whether or not the WNBA is ready to meet that moment remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. Fans are no longer willing to stay silent, and players like Caitlin Clark are no longer willing to be pushed around.